Does everyone remember how much we hated the Season 8 Game of Thrones finale back then? Yes, now we remember, but we're also excited for House of Dragons.
The firstborn child.
Rhaenyra. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
Going by Game of Thrones history, we are going to be hit with characters that are fiery, beloved, and for sure some really vile ones too. As we wait to see who will take the most hated crown this first season, let's go back to Winter's Past and list down the characters we love to hate on Game of Thrones. Of course, in no particular order, we leave that up to you.
Do you know what the realm is? It's a lie. It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies.
Number 1. Euron Greyjoy. First introduced to us when he murdered his brother Balon Greyjoy and taking control of the Salt Throne. He quickly earns the ire of fans simply with his arrogance every time he appears on screen, and who doesn't hate him for killing Rhaegar?
They stole my best ships and ran. Sailed them right across the world and gave them to the Dragon Queen so she could bring her armies here to attack you.
Ambitious and willing to do anything to get what he wants, he is the very personification of an Iron Islander, Ironborn and a true Reaver. He was subsequently killed by Sir Jaime Lannister. Number 2. The High Sparrow. A deeply ambitious man, a religious fanatic, and seemingly harmless. Keeping his genuine devotion to the Seven to the side, he was introduced to us as a humble man who serves the poor while barefoot, and one who left his luxurious life behind to do the gods' work. He became unpopular when it became apparent that he was prepared to administer the will of the gods by force on the populace, whether they agreed to it or not.
You should have the decency to stand when you speak to a lady.
You should have the decency to kneel before the gods.
Don't spar with me, little...
Number 3. Ramsay Bolton. A true psychopath and one of the most sadistic characters in the Game of Thrones world, Ramsay Bolton was despicable, and fans rejoiced when he met his end. He committed horrific acts in Theon until he was broken into loyal submission and forced a new name on him. He abused and tortured Sansa throughout their marriage, and when he was threatened of being disinherited, he killed his own father, stepmother, and baby brother.
You suggested one-on-one combat, didn't you?
Number 4. Cersei Lannister. Where do we begin with Cersei? Her death was really not as satisfying as we wanted it to be, but we also admire her tenacity and heartless scheming. We hate those traits, and at the same time we acknowledge the complexity of this queen. She lusted for power and loved her children and Jaime. Her actions all stemmed from these. She has no compassion for anyone who is not a Lannister and is narcissistic, sociopathic, and treacherous.
Protector of the realm. Is this meant to be your shield, Lord Stark? A piece of paper.
Number 5. The Wave. An acolyte of the Faceless Man, the Wave is a cold, sadistic, and cruel assassin who takes delight in torturing Arya.
Who are you?
No one.
Ow!
Lie. Sad little lie. Who are you?
I told you I'm...
She has an antagonistic relationship with Arya and was pleased when the Faceless Man allowed her to kill the young Stark girl. She was arrogant and overconfident of herself, especially when she nearly succeeded in killing Arya. Number 6. Lysa Arryn. Proud, fearful, cruel, impulsive, stubborn, vain, and bitter are things that would describe Lysa Arryn. She was obsessed with Peter Baelish and would jealously guard his supposed affections for her from everyone. Suffering from delusions that would be made worse by actions she would perceive to be against Peter or her son Robert. She killed her husband for Peter and very nearly killed Sansa when she saw a kiss happening between her lover and her niece.
I'm so sorry, Aunt Lysa. I never should have hit Robin, I know it. I promise it won't happen.
Be coy with me, you little whore. You kissed him. You kissed Peter.
I didn't, you don't understand.
Number 7. Joffrey Baratheon. He needs no introduction and is one of the most hated characters in the God world.
Leave her face. I like her pretty.
A sadistic tyrant who is compared to the Mad King. He is cruel and loved torturing and killing innocent people. A cowardly weakling who despised weakness, Joffrey's death was not mourned by anyone else except his mother. The evil he had caused to the Stark family, Sansa, and many other people in the realm would earn him the ire of fans who celebrated his death and was one of the most satisfying comeuppance in the entire series. Number 8. Peter Baelish. A pivotal figure, Lord Peter Baelish, who is also known as Littlefinger, is revealed to be the central cause of the events leading up to the chaos and War of the Five Kings. He was a master manipulator who controls people by exploiting their weaknesses. He is cold, calm and calculating with no true loyalty or genuine affection to anyone else except Catelyn Stark.
My lord, that's why it's called making peace. I did warn you not to trust me.
He used Lysa's obsession with him to quickly rise in ranks at court. His death was rejoiced by fans everywhere. Number 9. Viserys Targaryen. The Beggar King started off the series by selling off his sister for power. He was desperately blind to the reality of his situation and was arrogant, dim-witted and ambitious, believing in the superiority of House Targaryen and his own abilities. His vicious personality grew as a result of years of bitterness, hardship and rage. He was impetuous when he demanded Khal Drogo give him his crown and met his death as a result. Number 10. Meryn Trant. A proud man and a successful tourney knight, Sir Meryn earned the fans' ire when he acts as an enforcer to all of Joffrey's sadistic torture and cruelty. He was a vile pedophile who would abuse and beat child prostitutes for his gratification. He lacks morality and compassion when carried on Joffrey's demands and was not concerned with breaking a knight's sworn duty to defend the weak and innocent. He was loyal to Cersei Lannister after Joffrey's death and was killed by Arya Stark.
You were the first person on my list, you know.
Number 11. Shae. We leave Shae last because we feel that she was a character that everybody was sympathetic to until she betrayed Tyrion.
I took his face in my hands and said, "I am yours and you are mine."
In the books, Shae was opportunistic and took advantage of Tyrion being smitten with her. In the TV series, she is shown as being concerned for Tyrion and in love with him. This is why her betrayal would come as a bitter pill to swallow for most fans. Her death was sad as it was a retribution for her treatment of her favorite Lannister. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments section below who is your least likable character on Game of Thrones. Please remember to like, subscribe and ring the bell icon to be notified of new videos like this one. Enjoy watching House of the Dragon.